Welcome to Outlining a Criminal Law Exam. Sponsored by LA Law Institute, home of free educational resources, tutoring and more. If you want a companion handbook that covers all areas of criminal law that can be used for studying, check out our new visual guide. It contains all the information you need to study or review for your next exam. We did the research so you don't have to. Hi everyone. Today we are going to create a checklist to help you remember important areas in a criminal law exam. Everyone recalls things differently and you may have topics or issues that you prefer to focus on, so this is just one possible way to develop a checklist. What we have done is to review the possible issues in criminal law and select the ones we consider the most important and ones we wanted to make sure we did not miss. To help us remember, we made the mnemonic fun and memorable. The phrase we use is Mama's, Third, Pimp. These are sections that correspond with each letter. M is for murder. A is for accomplice. The second M is for merger. The second A is for aggravated. The T is for theft, which is the codification of larceny and all the variations which we will review shortly. H is for habitation. I is for intent. R is for relationships. D is for defenses. The first P is for property, as in personal property. The second I is for inchoate. The M is for miscellaneous, and the final P is for person or crimes against people. So let's look at our list in a little more detail. M is for murder. This is usually a heavily tested area, so we added a flow chart in PDF for you to break it all down. You can find it attached to this video. The mens rea, felony murder rule and defenses are among the most important areas in murder, and we did a separate video just for murder here on our channel. Next we have accomplice. When you have multiple defendants and there is no agreement for a conspiracy, you want to make sure that you don't forget to hold others accountable. The second M is for merger. When working with inchoate crimes, we want to make sure that we don't forget about the possibility of merging solicitation and attempt with the completed crime. The next A is for aggravated. Whenever you see a weapon used, you can raise the severity of the crime by listing it as aggravated. Other crimes such as kidnapping for ransom or child kidnapping also suffice for aggravated status. T is for theft. While there is no crime of just theft, it's the codification of the larceny crimes under the MPC which can all be grouped together so they can be recalled easily. A small mnemonic like fleet RR covers all the options. They are: false pretenses, larceny, embezzlement, extortion, larceny by trick, robbery and receiving stolen property. The H is the easiest one since it's habitation and there are only arson and burglary, but make sure you know both common law and modern law versions of both. I is for intent. Intent is the most important part of crimes. Along with the actus reus, you need both for a conviction. It's usually pretty easy to see the physical act, which is why you need to find the intent so that you can argue the right defenses and prove the crime. We have a separate video just for criminal intent if you need to brush up in that area. R is for relationships. When you have more than one defendant in a fact pattern, you need to make sure you understand their relationship, if any. Are they co-conspirator? Are they accomplices? What about one being an employee or supervisor? Vicarious liability can become a big talking point, so you don't want to miss out if it's found. The D is for defenses. It goes without saying, this is a very important and very large area. Since there are so many kinds of defenses, we tried to come up with a simple memory device, and the best we could do was comedian's pie. You might disagree or have a better one, but this is ours. C for consent. O for others, as in defense of others. M for mistake, which may be mistake of fact or mistake of law. E is for entrapment. D is for duress. I is for impossibility, either factual or legal. A is for authority or having authority, such as a police officer or teacher. N is for necessity. The S is for self-defense. The P is for defense of property. The second I is for the three I's that are insanity, infancy and intoxication that may be available in a murder charge under the defense of excuse. We didn't include mitigation options such as heat of passion, imperfect self-defense or diminished capacity, but you may find a way to add them if you think it will help you. Okay, back to our list. The first P is for property but should not be confused with real property. This is personal property and includes fraud, uttering, malicious mischief and others, but we find these to be most common. Some schools consider property offenses to include the theft crimes, but you need to make sure your checklist follows your needs. The second I is for inchoate, so we don't forget to check those. The second M is for miscellaneous, which can get you a few extra points and includes misprision, breach of the peace and compounding the crime. The final P is for people. Mr. KFAB is an example of a good memory device if you want to recall the crimes that one might do to a person. They are mayhem, rape, kidnapping, false imprisonment, assault and battery. So there you have it. The outline we use for a criminal law exam. Our checklist is only a sample of what you might put together for your own use. Being organized with a big topic like criminal law will help make sure you don't miss any issues and have a clear path to your best possible score. Thanks for watching. We hope this helps with your studies. Don't forget to check out the PDF on murder or the other video on criminal intent.